Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you some of the ways that I use rubbing alcohol to clean around my home. I have been cleaning with rubbing alcohol for years, and in my opinion it is one of the most underrated cleaning products available. It's totally effective as a degreaser, a deodorizer, and an all-purpose cleaner. And my favorite part about it is that it is totally cheap. I pick mine up at the dollar store, and I always pick up at least 5 or 6 bottles at a time, and I always have a whole drawer full of alcohol bottles on hand because I use it all the time for just about everything. It is by far my favorite cleaner to use. So to just give you a backstory on how and why I started cleaning with alcohol, when my youngest son was a baby, he was very, very sick. And we spent a lot of time in and out of the doctor's office and in and out of the hospital with him. And being the overprotective hover mother that I am, I was always worried about keeping everything clean and sterilized because we didn't want any infections that he may catch or had at the time to get any worse. And when he was about 1.5 years old, he had to have a port put into his chest so that he could get some IV antibiotics for about a month. And that just sent me into overdrive. I was totally panicked about him getting another infection and the port getting infected and him having to have another operation. And while we were in the hospital, I got to talking to one of the nurses, and she told me that I could just wipe everything down with alcohol. So I went to the nth degree with that. I took that information and ran, and I went home and just literally wiped my entire house down with alcohol. Anything that I could get my hands on, anything that Michael could get his hands on, I totally wiped down with alcohol. So thankfully, as he got older and outgrew his illness, it really wasn't necessary for me to continue to clean with alcohol. But because I had done it for so long and I liked the way that everything felt, and to me, in my mind, I knew that everything was clean and disinfected, so I just continued to clean with it. So I am going to share with you today some of the ways that I clean with alcohol and have been cleaning for years. So if you're interested in seeing how I do that, stick around and I'll show you. If you're a woman or have a teenage daughter in the house, then I'm sure you know the struggle of having that sticky residue that hairspray leaves around your bathroom counters and sinks. But lucky for you, a few quick sprays of rubbing alcohol and you can get rid of all that sticky residue in no time at all. Just spray a good amount of straight alcohol onto your bathroom counters and sink and let it sit there for a minute or so. Then I use a green scrub pad and give the entire counter a good scrub, followed up with a wipe down with a damp microfiber cloth, and your countertops and sink will be left sparkling clean with zero sticky residue. To clean all of my mirrors and windows, I use a mixture of rubbing alcohol and water along with a glass polishing e-cloth to wipe them all down, and I'm always left with clean, streak-free windows and mirrors that take no time at all. And just a little tip, if I come across a window that is especially dirty, I first give it a quick wipe down with plain old water and a microfiber cloth, and then go back with the alcohol and water mixture and repeat the process if necessary until I get that clear streak-free look. Okay, let's face it. We are in a time where electronics are our life. We have phones, laptops, iPads, they're everywhere. So I'm sure you can imagine how dirty and grimy they get with just everyday use. Using rubbing alcohol is a great choice for cleaning all of your electronics because it evaporates quickly and there is less chance of moisture affecting your devices. Just apply a bit of rubbing alcohol to a cotton swab or a microfiber cloth and give your device a good wipe down. This is a great way to not only clean your devices but also disinfect them at the same time. If you have microfiber upholstery on any of your furniture, then rubbing alcohol is your new best friend. It is the absolute best way and easiest way to remove stains and odors from your microfiber upholstery. If you missed my video on how I clean my microfiber sofa and love seat once a month, I'll link a card up top for you to go check that out. But in between cleanings, I do a lot of spot cleaning to try to stay on top of it and not let it get too out of hand. I just spray any areas that need attention with a good dose of straight rubbing alcohol and go over the spot with a green scrub pad until the stain is removed and then just let it air dry. Because it evaporates so quickly, it really doesn't take any time at all to dry, and it doesn't stain or cause any damage to the cushions below the fabric. To use rubbing alcohol as a disinfectant, mix 1 part rubbing alcohol and 1 part water in a spray bottle and use it to disinfect any points of contact or other germy areas in your home. I definitely go through a ton of this in the winter during the cold and flu season. And if we have a really bad case of a cold or flu running through our house, I literally go around and spray everything with this. Beds, bathrooms, doors, light fixtures, keys, you name it, and it gets sprayed. To make your own all-purpose cleaner, I mixed together a quarter cup of rubbing alcohol, a teaspoon of dish detergent. I personally like to use the Blue Dawn, and 3 cups of water, and then pour that into a spray bottle. And if you prefer a scented solution, you can add a few drops of your favorite essential oil. I usually use lemon. This mixture works really well and is super inexpensive and is just as good as any other store-bought multi-purpose cleaner. So there you have it. These are just some of my favorite ways to clean with rubbing alcohol. And as I said before, it is truly an underrated cleaning product and has been my all-time go-to favorite cleaner for years. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope this video gave you some helpful ideas on how to clean and disinfect an area in your home with rubbing alcohol. Until next time, I hope you all have an amazing week, and I will see you in the next one.